Iran's nuclear program spanned multiple sites across the country, from vast enrichment facilities in Natanz to uranium processing centers in Isfahan. These facilities convert uranium into the gas used to feed centrifuges, forming the backbone of Iran's enrichment process.
Just now, I spoke on the phone with President Rouhani of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The two of us discussed our ongoing efforts to reach an agreement over Iran's nuclear program.
After decades of tension, world powers reached a landmark near deal with Tehran in 2015, limiting enrichment in exchange for sanction relief.
I stay here. It's okay. I stay here.
It is a great honor for us to announce that we have reached an agreement on the Iranian nuclear issue.
But in 2018, US President Donald Trump withdrew from the deal and reimposed sanctions, reigniting confrontation.
In a few moments, I will sign a presidential memorandum to begin reinstating US nuclear sanctions on the Iranian regime. We will be instituting the highest level of economic sanction. Any nation that helps Iran in its quest for nuclear weapons could also be strongly sanctioned by the United States. America will not be held hostage to nuclear blackmail. Thank you.
Mr. President, how does this make America safer? How does this make America safer?
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's go. Go. Come on.
The following year saw escalating hostilities, tanker attacks, the downing of a US drone, and the killing of Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani.
بنابر اطلاعیه سپاه پهپاد جرد در محدوده تنگه هرمز با تجاوز به فضای سرزمینی ایران مشغول جمع‌آوری اطلاعات.
While subsequent leaders spoke of restoring diplomacy, Tehran's supreme leader vowed to expand enrichment up to 60% for above agreed limits.
اگر برگردند عمل کنند به تعهدات، ما هم به تعهدات خودمون عمل می‌کنیم.
That's why we said we're prepared to re-engage in negotiations with the P5+1 on Iran's nuclear program. We must also address Iran's destabilizing activities across the Middle East.
حد غنیسازی ما هم 20% نیست. ما اگر لازم باشه، اگر برای مثلا پیشران هسته‌ای یا مسائل دیگر، ممکنه به 60% هم غنیسازی رو برسونیم.
Earlier this year, Trump restated his maximum pressure campaign, warning Iran against developing nuclear weapons and even threatening military strikes.
The government of the Islamic Republic of Iran.
ترامپ میاد اعلام میکنه که من میخوام بیایم گفتگو کنیم. بعد همونجا که میگه گفتگو کنیم تمام توطئه‌های ممکن رو برای به زانو در آوردن این انقلاب برمی‌داره، امضا میکنه، اعلام میکنه. And if we have to do something very harsh, we'll do it. And I'm not doing it for us, I'm doing it for the world. And these are radicalized people, and they cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Does that include a potential strike on Iranian nuclear facilities?
Of course it does.
Iran unveiled new underground drone bases while Trump claimed progress toward a new deal, though tensions remained high.
Iran has sort of agreed to the terms. They're not going to make, I call it in a friendly way, nuclear dust. We're not going to be making any nuclear dust in Iran. And we've been strong. I want them to succeed. I want them to end up being a great country.
IAEA chief Rafael Grossi urged diplomacy, warning Iran's enrichment levels were nearing weapon trade. Trump countered that there's not going to be enrichment.
When you accumulate and continue to accumulate, and you are the only country in the world that is doing something like this at a level which is very, very close to the level that you need to have a nuclear explosive device, then we cannot ignore it.
What do you make of the Ayatollah saying that they have to enrich, they have to be able to
No, they won't be enriching. If they enrich, then we're going to have to do it the other way, and I don't really want to do it the other way, but we're going to have to enrich.
What's your latest?
There's not going to be enrichment.
In June, the US launched airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites at Fordow, Natanz and Isfahan, a move Trump called a very successful attack. Talks resumed in Istanbul, but mutual distrust deepened. Iran rejected European snapback sanctions, calling them illegal.
اونچه که به عنوان هسته‌ای و غنیسازی و امثال اینها حقوق بشر و این چیزها میگن بهانه است. اصل قضیه اون.
Well, Iran has been acting very badly. They were decimated. Their nuclear capability, that potential which could have happened within 3 or 4 weeks, was decimated. It's been obliterated. The Atomic Energy Commission said the place is just decimated. Now they can start again.
Tehran and the IAEA later struck a deal in Cairo to restore inspections, a small step toward easing global alarm.
The result of the voting is as follows: 4 votes in favor, 9 votes against, 2 abstentions. The draft resolution has not been adopted, having failed to obtain the required number of votes.
The United Nations, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian condemned European sanctions and vowed to keep the country's nuclear program independent.
یک بار دیگر در این مجمع اعلام می‌کنم که ایران هرگز به دنبال ساخت هسته‌ای، سلاح هسته‌ای نبوده و نخواهد بود. ما به دنبال سلاح هسته‌ای نیستیم و این یک باور اعتقادی و فتوای رهبری است. در نتیجه به هیچ وجه به دنبال اون سلاح‌های کشتار جمعی نبودیم و نخواهیم بود.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
کشوری که در حقیقت منطقه رو به هم ریخته، تا حالا یه بار شورای امنیت اون رو تحریم نکرده، محکوم نکرده، برای اینکه یه آمریکایی اونجا وجود داره که برمی‌داره هر کسی میخواد حرف بزنه وتو میکنه. کل منطقه رو به هم زده. اون وقت ما که میخوایم تو این منطقه، تو این مملکت، تو این دنیا، تو این جامعه زندگی بکنیم، هر روز میخوان ما رو تحریم بکنن. چرا؟ چون نمیخوایم سرخم کنیم.
IAEA officials said inspectors were ready to return if both sides showed political will to cooperate.
ما هیچ زمینه‌ای برای مذاکره با سه کشور الان نمی‌بینیم و شاهد نیستیم و اصولاً دیگه مفهومی به عنوان سه کشور به قول خودشون ایتری الان برای ما دیگه موضوعیت نداره. ما این به اصطلاح با کشورهای اروپایی مواجه هستیم. الان روابط خودمون رو با این کشورها بر اساس منافع جمهوری اسلامی رو تنظیم می‌کنیم.
At the UN General Assembly, Pezeshkian reaffirmed Iran's stance that it has never pursued and will never pursue nuclear weapons. World leaders, meanwhile, scrambled to avert a new spiral of confrontation.
Even to Iran, whose regime has inflicted so much death on the Middle East, the hand of friendship and cooperation is open. I'm telling you, they want to make a deal. That's all I do in my life. I make deals. I'm good at it. I've always been good at it. And I know when they want. And after years of broken promises from many other